Well, as you know, there are a lot of different tools that are offered to pharmacies to focus on patient performance. EQUIPP stands out to me because it's really focused on outcomes and performance metrics. We utilize EQUIPP because we can track our impact on medication adherence and quality measures, especially patients on statins, RASA, and diabetic medications. It's also an essential tool for aligning our work with payer expectations, helping us maintain a strong performance and improve our ratings with patient care.
Welcome to the Pharmacy Quality Solutions Quality Corner Show. Buckle up and put your thinking cap on. The Quality Corner Show starts now.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Quality Corner podcast show. Today I will be your host, Stephanie Hale, Quality Programs Manager here at PQS by Innovaccer. On today's edition of the Quality Corner Show, I have the privilege of interviewing Katherine Weiss, certified pharmacy technician, lead pharmacy technician, and manager at Kashat Pharmacy. Welcome to the podcast. And Katherine, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Hi, Stephanie. Yes, I'm currently a lead pharmacy technician manager at Kashat Pharmacy. I've worked there for about 10 years. I've been in pharmacy for about 20 years collectively. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's and master's degree in public health at University of Michigan. So I'm finishing that up with emphasis in administrative management. Besides that, I have two daughters. One's 12, almost 13, and the other one is 7. So between work, school, and kids, they keep me pretty busy.
Yeah, it sounds like you're pretty busy all around. So let's get into a little bit about the pharmacy and your team. So how many staff members are there or team members that are on the staff of the pharmacy, and how many patients are you all engaging with on a weekly basis, would you say?
So we have a pretty close-knit team that has about 3 pharmacists, 7 pharmacy technicians, including myself, and some other support staff. We are an independent community pharmacy, so we engage with about 300 plus patients each week, and that number can vary depending on the services that we offer, whether it be vaccines, medication therapeutic management, adherence, and patient counseling. Um, our pharmacists and staff are pretty hands-on, whether it's answering clinical questions, providing patient education, or helping them navigate their medications. So we try to give a personalized, consistent care delivery for any patient that comes through our pharmacy.
Nice, nice. That's great to hear how many people you have involved on staff, and then, of course, all the services that you provide for your patients. And I know we're getting upon busy time this year for vaccinations, et cetera. So as we hear from many pharmacies, often there are so many software programs that you could be utilizing and other competing priorities, like we said, with vaccines or different support that you would provide for your patients. In the pharmacy, from a clinical perspective, why do you prioritize utilizing EQUIPP amongst the other number of tasks that you may be completing in the pharmacy?
Well, as you know, there are a lot of different tools that are offered to pharmacies to focus on patient performance. EQUIPP stands out to me because it's really focused on outcomes and performance metrics. We utilize EQUIPP because we can track our impact on medication adherence and quality measures, especially patients on statins, RASA, and diabetic medications. It's also an essential tool for aligning our work with payer expectations, helping us maintain a strong performance and improve our ratings with patient care.
Yeah, so a follow-up question to that: when do you find it best to log into EQUIPP? Is it morning, afternoon, once a week? How frequently? And then how much time is being spent typically when you guys are accessing the EQUIPP dashboard?
Usually mornings tend to be the most effective time to log into EQUIPP because the pharmacy after the first hour or two gets pretty hectic and busy. We usually go over the dashboard once a week, but we still access it quite frequently throughout the day. Um, Based on our workload in the pharmacy and different opportunities that are available within EQUIPP. Usually it'll take about 30 to 45 minutes to look for any updates and identify areas that we can improve in. Then we usually collaborate with the pharmacist and delegate different tasks from EQUIPP for them to go over. So as long as we're doing that on a daily basis, we can really stay organized and focused and, respond to our performance goals.
Yeah, so organization is definitely key in just establishing that routine. So, what features do you find to be most useful in EQUIPP, and why?
Some of the most useful features in EQUIPP for us are the enhanced service and my program section. The enhanced services tab shows us all the programs that we're currently enrolled in and the opportunities that they offer. The dashboards within each measure are very well organized and provide clear, actionable information that supports effective patient outreach. Uh, the patient list that's within the platform allows us to quickly identify care gaps and assign follow ups for the patients. Completing the opportunities within the tabs are very well integrated and allow it to be a smooth transition into our workflow. Um, Flip has allowed us to prioritize clinical services, strengthen patient relationships, and boost our performance on quality measures.
Great. So, with enhanced services, you are provided a list of patients to engage with and then document on those patients within EQUIPP. Can you give us a brief synopsis of how you guys are working through that? Are you printing off a list within enhanced services, or what are you doing to make sure that you get in contact with those patients?
Yes, so within the enhanced services, we do get a patient list. So that's what we utilize for our outreach efforts. I will typically go through all the opportunities that we have, organize and print the list, and then I have the pharmacist kind of get together with me and we'll go over the different opportunities and what we should be discussing with the patient. Um, like I might focus on contacting the prescribers for the LAMP eligible patients to coordinate like extended day supplies and converting them. And then usually we'll have a technician or a pharmacist outreach for the diabetes adherence. Um, Most often than not, though, our pharmacists take the lead on follow ups related to like blood pressure, A1C, and other adherence check ins. And then we simultaneously document within our pharmacy software and on EQUIPP what we discuss with the patient, if we were able to complete the measurement. So keeping that kind of documented and having a structured workflow, we can kind of maintain accountability and make sure that we're making progress with our clinical goals.
Awesome, awesome. Any other advice you would want to share with our pharmacy listeners that would want to start to incorporate EQUIPP into their operations? Any tips that might help pharmacies that are just starting to use EQUIPP?
If you're just getting started with EQUIPP, my best advice is to just take one step at a time and not get overwhelmed. With a lot of different platforms, it could seem like a ton of information is just being thrown at you and you don't know where to start. So I would get together with a few team members, show them how to navigate the dashboard and how to use the patient list to contact the patients and make sure everybody's on the same page, and adjust as you need to. And then really utilize it as an opportunity to educate the staff that these measures matter and it's not really just from a payer perspective, but we're improving patient care. So once that becomes a part of your regular workflow, it just really shifts from being another task to a valuable tool that can support your team and your patients.
Yeah, that's great feedback there. I know a lot of pharmacies take a look at the dashboard and they're like, oh my gosh, there's too much here, and then they don't get started. But just taking that one step at a time and maybe focusing on enhanced services first, and then working your way up to my programs, et cetera. I think that is great and helpful tips there. So one question I have is, now that it's August and busy cold flu season, flu shot season is coming up, how do you continue to make sure that your pharmacy incorporates logging into EQUIPP and completing enhanced services and keeping that consistent workflow that you've had up until this point?
Yes. So I would say keeping that normal schedule of logging in on a regular basis. And really, I think during this season where you're having a lot of patients actually come into the pharmacy, it really gives an opportunity to connect with those patients that may need additional services like blood pressure screenings, A1C screenings, and you're allowed to be face to face, have your pharmacist give them that personal care while they're getting their vaccines. And really, essentially, I think it almost sometimes makes it easier, because if you're able to schedule these immunizations and you know these patients are coming in, the pharmacist can kind of prepare a little bit better interaction and make sure that they're covering all these things that EQUIPP offers within the dashboard. So that being said, I really think it helps on a larger scale to have that face-to-face interaction with the patient, and it gives a more personal touch.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And I know just having that additional touch point, they're already there in the pharmacy. You're having them sit down to fill out paperwork, just get their blood pressure reading while they're sitting there and doing that. So definitely great advice. So just wanted to thank you again for being on the show, and thank you for your dedication to the profession and continue to work there with your community. To our quality show listeners, we thank you for tuning in again and appreciate your time chatting with us and getting to know Katherine from Kashat Pharmacy. We hope you connect with us again for our next podcast episode.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
The Pharmacy Quality Solutions Quality Corner Show has a request for you. Our goal is to spread the word about how quality measurement can help improve health outcomes, and we need your help in sharing this podcast to friends and colleagues in the healthcare industry. We also want you to provide feedback, ask us questions, and suggest health topics you'd like to see covered. If you are a health expert and you want to contribute to the show or even talk on the show, please contact us. You can email info@pharmacyquality.com. Let us know what is on your mind, what we can address, so that you are fully informed. We want you to be able to provide the best care for your patients and members, and we wish all of you listeners out there well.